Go.
Good afternoon, bowling fans, and welcome to Palmyra Bowling Center for today's finals of the PJBT, our Steve Brown Memorial Tournament, our second annual event. You are watching the doubles finals today. Our top 3 teams in each division. Doubles, step ladder for 2 games. We'll have the second and third seeds go up 1 game. The winner will then bowl the top seeds for the title. Time to introduce our 3 teams in each doubles division. On the scratch side, our number 3 seeds are Mary Beth Baker and Josh Sanazan. And in the first match, they'll be taking on our number 2 seeds, Logan Chappell and Tyler Heckman. And the winner of that semifinal match will take on our tournament leader for the doubles event. He is also the scratch singles champion for today. At plus 111 for 3 games, Kristen Durr and Chad Smoltz. Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our scratch division finalists. Okay, now it is time to introduce our 3 handicap finalist teams. Our number 3 seed, he is Lacey Slaymaker and Alfonso Pena. In the first match, they'll be taking on our number 2 seeds, Andy Hoffman and Shane Matthews. And the winner of that semifinal match will take on our tournament leaders at plus 204 for 3 games, Andrew Barron and Aaron Heckman. Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our handicap finalists for today's PJBT.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour live on YouTube. It's our second annual Steve Brown Memorial Tournament. We are down to the finals. This tournament works a little bit differently than all the rest of our tournaments. We actually have 3 divisions that bowl. We have a youth scratch, a youth handicap, and an adult. 6 games. That tournament is done after that. What we did was we had the top 7 scratch youth, top 7 handicap youth, and top 14 adults move on to the next round. It was a blind draw to match the scratch youth with an adult and then the handicap youth with an adult. They bowled 3 games, basically a brand new tournament, and the top 3 moved on to today's step ladder finals. So we would like to welcome you. Thanks for joining us. I believe today's pattern was Stonehenge.
Correct.
Thank you. Peaches?
Yeah, you know.
We have a third commentator in the booth, but she's asleep.
She's warm.
She had a busy day.
Maybe.
How old is she now?
3 months.
3 months. Dang, that goes quick. I remember just yesterday wanting to live stream a proposal on New Year's Eve at midnight.
And we told you no.
Yeah.
Well, I
he
did.
told,
Josh
yeah,
told
you
no.
had no idea.
I had no idea.
All right, so in this doubles portion, both bowlers on the doubles team will bowl a game, and high score moves on. So we don't do, we do not do alternate shot or anything, or alternate frame. The youth bowler will bowl their whole game, the adult bowler will bowl their whole game, and so on and so forth.
Let's talk about next week.
We will.
Oh, well, I was just going to do it now while
And
we're going to have time.
Okay, go ahead. You talk about next week.
So, today's your deadline at midnight tonight.
For?
The adult junior at Burke's Lanes. After tonight, you no longer get the lovely discount. But some people don't care about that, but that's okay. We're about halfway sold out. maybe 2/3 of the way. We can only take 60 teams. Obviously, it's an adult junior, so since an adult junior, 60 teams is 120 bowlers. I want to say we're somewhere in the high 30s, maybe 40 at the moment.
Yes, it's almost a guarantee that this tournament will sell out.
Oh, I guarantee you'll probably sell out middle of the week.
So if you plan on bowling, you want to get your deposit in
$20, hold your spot.
as soon as possible. Do it tonight. Do it right now. You got about 3 minutes before we start. You could do it in 3 minutes, not a problem.
Oh, absolutely.
And it makes Peach's job easier
Well,
to do it quicker, sooner.
sometimes. I'm going to assume you're a bit cold.
I tell you what, it feels about 50 degrees colder in here than it does outside.
It's definitely colder down by the check-in room.
That it is.
It's like an ice cube down there.
So in this first match, on the scratch side, we got,
Logan Chappell, Tyler Heckman,
thank you,
Mary Beth Baker, and my lovely husband.
Skip Moyer, also known as Josh.
Some days.
It's gotten to that point already?
No. No, it's not that bad, I promise. Hey, he took off work to be here today and bowl.
He did.
Well, I should say took off work tonight.
And on the handicap side, I do not have the sheet with the names in front of me.
It's Andy Hoffman and Shane Matthews versus Alfonso Pena and Lacey Slaymaker.
Thank you.
I tried.
Andy was a champion in this tournament last year with Joey Ocello.
Andy actually won the scratch or the handicap singles portion of this event.
He did. And the top seed in the scratch, Kristen Durst, she won the scratch youth.
Correct.
And she bowled very well yesterday at the girls event.
If my lovely husband continues to bowl as well as he's bowling in practice, look out. He must get better when he's in more pain. He said his arm's ready to fall off.
Yeah, he's not used to bowling this many games anymore.
No.
When you're the once-a-week league bowler, you're a league bowler now, too.
Yeah, let's not talk about how terrible I bowl.
Are you saying you're not ready to bowl in an adult tournament here on the Buddies Pro Shop Tour?
Absolutely not.
Going to be a couple of years yet.
We're throwing around the idea of bowling the mini Dutchman.
Ah,
The only reason is because we get handicapped with me. That's the only way I'll bowl it. Oh, now the sheet shows up.
I have the name. So,
I was right.
yes. In the scratch division, your number one seeds are Kristen Durr and Chad Smoltz. And in handicap, Andrew Barron and Aaron Heckman. Kristen and Chad were plus 111. Logan and Tyler were plus 99. Mary Beth and Josh were plus 74. And the names were taken away from me. I will get to what the handicap scores were in a minute.
Okay, bowling fans, it's time to begin our semifinal doubles matches. On the scratch side, we have number 2 seed, Logan Chapel and Tyler Heckman. Taking on number 3 seed, Mary Beth
He's
Baker
repeating
and
this.
Josh Sassaman. High score goal will advance to the title match. On the handicap side, we have Andy Hoffman and Shane Matthews. Taking on Lacey Slaymaker and Alfonso Penna. The difference in handicap is 31 pins going to Slaymaker and Penna. High score will move on to the title match. Bowling fans, let's give a nice hand for our semifinalists.
All right, off we go.
To the races?
Sure.
Okay.
As usual, our message board is live and operational should you wish to chime in. If my camera hasn't been moved too much, I could get scoreboards up here. We have our fourth person in the commentary booth as Matthew sits down.
Hello, everyone.
Andy Hoffman starts out with strike. Andy won our tournament 2 weeks ago.
And there's my husband's head on top of the camera.
Yes, the Eagles tied it up with 20 seconds to go. Which is good. I needed the touchdown.
Wanted to mention, Andy's bowled really well, winning the event 2 weeks ago and then taking home the singles title and handicap today. Great accomplishment for him. Once again, for our bowling fans out there, the format for this event is very unique. What you're watching is the doubles finals of it. The singles portion, we bowled 6 games, and those results were final after the 6 games. There was no additional. And your tournament leader for the scratch, Kristen Durr, took home the scratch title in her
Josh is
respective
third in the
division. As we mentioned, Andy took home the handicap singles title. And then, not making the finals today, but our adult champion was Aaron Zombro Jr. So everybody gets then randomly put together in a in a doubles format. It's blind doubles. And these are the top 3 teams in the doubles portion of the event.
Andy Hoffman with a quick double. Lacey is now up, lane 13. She spared in her first frame. Just came up a little bit high there, leaving the split. On the scratch side, Josh leaving the 210, not able to convert. On the handicap side, Shane Matthews goes high, leaving the 610. Lacey gave it a good try. That's 1. Back on the scratch side. Good shot there for Logan Chapel. Logan starts with spare strike. Alfonso goes light, trips out the 3-pin there. So him and Lacey, he has the double.
Meanwhile, on the scratch side, Mary Beth Baker starts with strike spare. And Tyler Heckman gets a strike. So they have an early lead. Good shot there for Andy, leaving the 7-pin.
Josh with a strike. Spare conversion for Andy. Mary Beth leaves the 5-pin. Lacey and Alfonso are getting 31 pins, by the way. 31 pins. Logan leaves a washout. 1-3-6-10. Alfonso comes in high, leaves the 2-pin. Mary Beth makes her 5-pin.
Chappell not able to convert his spare. He gets 46 in the third. Opens the door a little bit for Baker and Sadazan.
Andy, I think you're well playing.
Through 3 frames on the handicap side, it's a 10-pin lead for Hoffman and Heckman. Hoffman and Matthews. Let me try that again. Sorry about that.
Good shot by Lacey. Couldn't get the 10 out. Better shot there by Logan. Mary Beth up, 4th frame, working off of a spare. She crosses over, leaves the 3-9. Lacey does not make her 10-pin. Andy Hoffman up now, lane 14.
Sorry. No, you're fine.
That's high. He leaves a 2-7. Strike there for Alfonso.
And a good spare for Andy Hoffman.
Tyler Heckman has the front 4.
Good spare there for Mary Beth Baker. So with a strike, Josh can cut the lead to 11. So after 4 frames, if Josh strikes, 11-pin lead for Logan and Tyler.
Shane Matthews. That's his first strike of the match. He bowled on this pair in the qualifying part of the doubles. He didn't seem to like this pair then either, that much. 10-pin for Josh.
That one was inside target for Andy. You can see it off his hand. He leaves a 2-4-7. Lacey knew that one was inside her target off her hand. She was hoping for the jersey strike. Both Josh and Andy both convert their spares. So it's a 12-pin lead for Logan and Tyler on the scratch side through 4 frames.
Mm. 4-7-9 split for Mary Beth.
Pretty good shot. Ball just came in a little bit high.
10 pin for Logan.
Good shot there for Shane Matthews. Wow. And Alfonso Pena with a great shot there. He's got 4 out of the first 5. And a good shot for Andy Hoffman. So we got quite a match here in the handicap side. Oh, and Lacey comes in high there. Ball spins through the middle, takes the 4 count out. And Josh back on it with a strike. And that'll make it 5 in a row for Tyler Heckman. Lacey gets the count. Gives her 75 in the 6th. And 3 in a row now for Shane Matthews. Henna looks to match him, and he comes in high, leaving the 4-6-10. On the scratch side, Logan leaves a 7-pin, and a Greek Church, the 4-6-7-9-10 for Mary Beth Baker. So she'll look to just get count.
She gets 2.
2 it is. 89 in the 6th for her. Pretty good shot there for Andy Hoffman, leaving the 7-pin. Difference in the scratch match right now. Tyler Heckman makes it 6 in a row. Pretty good shot there for Josh, leaving a 9-pin. Spare for Andy Hoffman. Playmaker trying with a tough 3-9-10, only able to get 1. Want to mention we're going to give out over $2,400 in prizes today between the youth and the adults for the Steve Brown Memorial. A lot of the prize money given out in our first portion of the event, the singles event, that involved everyone. The winners of this doubles part will take home a $100 bonus, $100 scholarship, and $100 for the adult cash. Back-to-back opens for 2 frames for Slaymaker and Penna has made it tough on them. They are now trailing by 63, entering the 8th frame. And I just say the big difference on the scratch side is the 6 in a row again from Tyler. I mean, the youth bowlers are both pretty much in the same scoring range. The issue right now is Tyler running away with it with a perfect game. There's a great shot from Lacey Slaymaker.
Much needed.
Andy leaves the 10 pin, and Josh gets a strike. Don't forget, everybody, to tell your friends to tune in as you're watching live coverage of the doubles finals of the Steve Brown Memorial Tournament for the PJBT, our 4th event of the 22nd season.
Andy makes his 10 pin. Him and Shane so far are clean.
And Tyler Heckman's streak of 6 ends with leaving the 4-6. So he puts up an open frame, 176 in the 7th. So that opens the door slightly for Josh to try to catch up on his adult opponent.
Logan gets 3.
Yep. Logan not able to convert, so that opens the door for Mary Beth Baker. Ooh, and she crosses over with the Jersey strike. So a big lead right now for Andy Hoffman and Shane Matthews, as Shane has now 5 in a row. The board shows 92-pin lead. Entering the 9th frame. Heckman off is open, back on it. Josh comes up light, leaving the 2-8. Lacey comes in light, leaving the 2-4-10. Hoffman makes his spare. Josh also makes his spare. 49-pin lead for Chappell and Heckman as they enter the 9th frame. And there's a strike for Mary Beth. That puts up a double.
Six in a row for Shane.
That should pretty much wrap up the match for.
Yes.
So Andy Hoffman and Shane Matthews will move on to the title match.
Seven pin for Heckman. Strike for Andy.
Seven pin for Logan Chappell, while his partner Tyler Heckman gets his spare. So as we head to the 10th frame in the scratch side, max score for Mary Beth and Josh are basically in the 400 range. 416.
416.
Spare strike for Logan, 168 and 236 would be two.
Not 416.
Correct. So we still have a match on the scratch side. No doubt about it. So we have some dead wood on lane 12. We're going to get that cleared off. Meanwhile, on the handicap side, we'll finish up the scoring. Lacey kicks out a strike. It did fall.
Shane Street comes to an end at 6, but they will be moving on.
$131 there for Lacey Slaymaker, and $190 for Andy Hoffman. Shane Matthews finishes out with a nice game of 244, and their team wins with a team total of 434.
All right, big shot here for Mary Beth. She's definitely going to need the first one here in the 10th.
And
Beautiful
she gets
shot.
it.
Nice
Beautiful
shot.
So she's going to make this certainly a match. Okay, so Penna finishes with 179, and our final score 434 to 341.
Logan shoots 167.
Hoffman and Matthews will advance to the doubles finals on the handicap side. Big shot here for Mary Beth Baker. Comes up light, leaving the 2-4-5.
And that gives the advantage back to Logan and Tyler. Tyler could actually shoot 246. So that would give them...
Oh, and he kicks out the
Yes.
6. Big shot there.
That 186, 403. So now the best Josh and Mary Beth could do is shoot 402.
Mary Beth posts a score of 185. Logan Chappell with
30,
167.
36. If Tyler spares here, they shut him out. And that is that.
That'll do it. So Logan Chappell and Tyler Heckman will advance to the finals. Oh my God.
All right, 411 for Logan and Tyler.
So good match there. Chapel and Heckman will defeat Baker and Sadazan 411 to 480, or 380 rather, to 380.
All right, we'll give out some awards here.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes our semifinal doubles matches. Finishing in third in the scratch division. The youth bowler getting a $50 scholarship and medal. You go for a bonus $50 payout. Goes to Mary Beth Baker and Josh Sadazan.
All right, on the scratch side, Mary Beth Baker and Josh Sadazan, a.k.a. Skip Moyer, will be finishing third today.
And on the handicap side, our third place finisher getting the youth bowler a $50 bonus scholarship and medal and a $50 payout to you go. Goes to Lacey Slaymaker and Alfonso Pena.
Lacey Slaymaker and Alfonso Pena, third place in the handicap division.
Okay, on to our title matches. Okay.
All right, so our upcoming schedule.
Berks Lanes.
As soon as I could enlarge, well, I knew that.
Adult junior.
Where is my?
Then I think it's north.
Yes, after a week off. There we go. All right, so
Mikey's that's big.
I'm blind. Next week, October the 4th, is our first of the year adult junior tournament at Berks Lanes. As we said earlier, if you want the discount, you have to get your deposit in by midnight tonight.
11:59 actually.
11:59.
Then major number 3 at ABC North on October 18th.
Yes, so we have a week off. Then we go to ABC North for major number 3.
And then we go back-to-back weekends when we have our PJBT, JBT combination 8-game marathon. At Jordan.
Yes. Nice wood bowling center, one of my favorites. And then we're back to the Reading area when we are at Heaster's on Sunday, November the 1st. All those start times are at 10:30. If you want any other information, you could check out our website at www.pjbtbowlingseries.com or check out our Facebook page, PJBT, a youth information page. And if this is your first time watching us, thank you. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button in the upper right-hand portion of your screen. If you have your notifications turned on, you will get notified each and every time we go live here on the PJBT.
Miss Aubrey likes that idea. She smiled when you said it.
Cool. And then went right back to sleep.
Well, I think she's playing possum. She's mad.
Uh-oh. Well, she's mad Daddy didn't win.
Well, yeah, that too. Are we getting 3?
right, so it looks like in this match, Andrew and Aaron are getting 7 pins.
Maybe you could get some in-game interviews with Josh Sadison.
Maybe.
I think he took his stuff to the car. You wanna go eat? Let's go eat. All right.
Being he's not normally here.
Okay, bowling fans, it is time for title matches for the Jones portion of the Steve Brown Memorial Tournament. On the stretch side, we have top seeds Kristen Durr and Chad Scholes, taking on number 2 seed Logan Chappell and Tyler Heckman. On the right there, we have our handicap final. We have top seed Andrew Barron and Aaron Heckman, taking on number 2 seed Andy Hoffman and Shane Matthews. The difference in handicap is 7 pins going to Andrew and Aaron. All right? Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our title matches for today's tournament.
All right, and we are off to the finals.
The second game with him. I'm gonna let him do it because he's not normally here. I hope he misses it.
right, Logan starts out with a strike. Kristen starts out with a strike. Andy's left a 5-pin, and Andrew with a strike. And joining me in the booth now, haven't been here in a while because he usually works,
I'm gonna start talking. They're gonna be like, "Who's that guy?"
Mr. Skip Moyer. Good bowling today, Skip. You
Thank
cashed
you.
in both tournaments.
Yeah, I enjoyed that today. That was a lot of fun. A lot more games than this guy normally bowls, but
Yeah, not used to that anymore.
no. Are the Eagles gonna tie?
You know, they were lining up for a long field goal, and then they got called for a penalty.
No, they're not.
So I don't know if they're going to... And now there's another one. Now delay a game. Now there's no chance they're... This is going to be a 60-some-odd yard field goal now. They miss it. Cincinnati could wind up kicking a field goal of their own.
But I tell you what, they. I never knew what to expect going pair to pair today. I thought every pair out there had something that was a little different. This 11 and 12 that we bowled on, I was not a fan of at all.
Now they're punting. So yes, they're going to tie.
Whoops.
Exactly. Deadwood. Kristen gets 2. As I said earlier, she's been on a tear recently.
She has been. Yeah, this 11 and 12 did not treat me too well. We bowled, Mary Beth and I bowled on it our second game of round 2, and we both struggled.
Yes.
Just could not get anything going carry wise. And then just here, just kind of the same. It just kind of took us out a little bit.
And the Eagles tied.
And that still will not be good enough.
Not for me, it was.
But I will say, despite we did have some things that could have went our way there at the end of that game if things would have happened. But
Yeah, you.
because I knew going in after Logan had left what he left,
Yes.
if he spared, Mary Beth had about 20 on him.
Yes.
If Tyler, if he goes strike spare or opens, or we have a shot, because we could have tied if he would have went strike spare. Either tied or came within a couple. But he closed the door. They bowled the hell of the game, and it didn't matter.
He needed, if he spared once Mary Beth didn't fill in her last shot, he needed that spare to shut you guys out by a pin.
Oh yeah.
And Seattle just got a safety. Or, nope. They're calling it at the 1-inch line.
Absolutely.
Kristen leaves a 4-pin. Logan left a 9-pin. Shane leaves a 4-pin.
That's fine.
Actually, yeah, you are. Andy
That was-
crosses over and
That
leaves
was
a
a safety.
5-7.
That was a safety, by the way.
Was it? Tyler with the strike. They have an early lead. Chad with the double. Andrew leaves the 1-2-8.
First, we just want to make a note, and you should have one more pin.
Okay.
7-1.
Yeah, 7-1 in a second.
Commentate for a second. I want to make sure that's accurate.
4-7-10 for Logan over on lane 11. Andrew misses his spare. Currently a 3-pin lead for Barron and Heckman through 3 frames. Aaron up, Shane up now to throw his spare. Aaron coming up. Chad misses right. 1-2-10 is his effort. He'll have a tough spare there to pick up.
Yes, he did get one.
I'm going to change the score.
Yes. Chad with a washout in the 4th. He gets 2. Tyler with a strike. It does seem like 11 and 12 did break down on the funny side on the right.
It was that pair was just a mess. That did not treat me well at all.
Two 8 for Kristen. Aaron makes his spare. They have a lead through 3. Logan with the 2-pin. Andrew with a strike in the 4th.
I bowled with Andy Hoffman during those second round of 3 games. He shot almost 700 for 3 games.
Yeah. He's going to find himself in the scratch division shortly.
Yeah, definitely good bowling for him today.
Logan makes his spare. Kristen made her spare.
Giants in the board losing.
I saw it. That's as good as a loss.
He had 46 and a half. It was 46.
We just assumed you were in good shape.
That's why I don't like that 10-minute overtime when you have. What was the final score of the New England game?
36-20.
Good. I won 1. Am I in last? No. Close. I'm lost this year handicapping football. Andy leaves another 5-7. It's very rare for a lefty to leave a 5-7, and he's left 2 of them. Kristen, she's got back-to-back strikes on that lane. They find themselves down 12. to Logan and Tyler. Speaking of Tyler, he strikes in the 6th. Chad gets 9. Kristen was telling me her birthday is this week. She turns the big 2-0.
Who's this?
Kristen.
Kristen.
Yeah. All downhill from here.
Yep. See ya.
There's a double. Are they doing something like late 12?
Like dark.
I don't know.
And he comes back with a strike.
Much different scores this game than we saw earlier.
Yes. Shane did not like that shot. Andrew makes his spare. Still waiting on lane 12. So what's it like having a little one?
Busy. She's doing a lot better. She's starting to get herself on a little bit of a schedule now, so.
Well, that's good. I tried to get her to commentate a little earlier.
All she ever wants to do is sleep, you know. Put the
Yeah.
camera on her, she sleeps.
Yeah.
When I want to go to bed tonight, she won't sleep. I'll get those big eyes staring at me.
I forget if it was you or Peaches that posted a picture of her this week, and I was like, she looks exactly like you in that picture. I forget which one it was, but wow.
Yeah, that wasn't good. Well, like broke.
Gonna need a score change.
Which one?
Andrew got 9.
We can always change it on the right lane for some stupid reason.
Okay.
So,
Did you try using this one?
yeah. So, one will tell us that it's deactivated for the desk for score changes.
Got ya.
And the other one will work.
What's going on?
We have had some scoring issues. Like Andrew should have 9 miss instead of 8 miss. They can change it, but they gotta wait till it flips because this keep out doesn't work on that one.
9 miss for Andy.
They'll get it when they'll get it done. When it switches.
Wash out for Shane. his scored wrong too. No, it didn't.
Nope.
There's a
6.
pin back there. And the everyday 9-10.
That is a catch.
I've seen the 9-10 left before at strike zone. Pocket 9-10.
I left it once a long, long time ago.
Well, he got up there on the approach to get ready to throw, and all the pins just kind of went blue, blue, blue. Like, 2 of them sat down, and the rest of them kind of just fell out.
Aaron gets the 1. Andy working off of a double. Big shot there. All right, looks like we're ready to go on 11 and 12. Shane up in the 8th, lane 13. Comes in high. 3, 6, 9, 10.
Yeah, the one picture of the mask.
Strike for Aaron. Strike for Logan. Shane makes his spare. So they have an 11-pin lead, Andy and Shane. Tyler, with his double, expands their lead to 15.
If anything, I'll tell you this. It's been a long time since I bowled 10 games in the same day.
You sound tired.
I just want to eat, go home, and pass out. I can't lie.
I know that feeling.
I wish I didn't wait till the last game to get back in. I popped something that last split
And he makes his spare. Aaron could double. That's big. Him and his partner on a double going into the 10th. Kristen looking for a triple. And she comes in high, leaves a 3-pin. I'm expecting to have our first NFL coaching change this week. I think the Atlanta coach is getting the heave-ho. Kristen with the spare.
Jets are awful. I don't know if you know that or not.
They are. They have a lot of injuries. And a bad coach. He's going to be the second coach that gets the heave-ho.
Who's the first one going to be?
Atlanta.
Yeah.
They blew
lost
another
to Hoffman
large
today.
lead today. Strike number 1 in the 10th for Andy. Andrew struck on his first shot. He crosses over and leaves a 6-pin. Kristen up frame 9. She comes in high, leaves a 3-6. Andy with a double. There is a possibility of a tie on the handicap side. Logan made a spare. Kristen makes a spare. Seventh. We're going to need to change the score up at the counter.
9 count.
Yeah. What was that? That ball looked like it was going to hook and then never did.
There will not be a tie anymore.
No.
Let's go take a look at that.
It looked like it was ready to turn and then never turned.
Doesn't make the spare.
So that's pretty much going to do that. Tyler, 4 in a row. They have that match in hand now. Andy and Shane will be the winners on the handicap side. Logan with the spare in the 10th. Kristen struck first shot in the 10th. 351 to 337 on the handicap side. Very low scoring. Kristen with a double.
Yeah. 14 pins, 25. 14 to 20 something.
Logan shoots 187. Kristen with the strike will be at 203.
I think it was the second frame. Oh, yeah, was it? Yeah.
She gets the strike. I'm still not sure what we saw there in that 10th frame.
No. Just the ball just lost gas going down there. It took the exit.
Yeah. Tyler with the strike.
That's going to put that one away.
That wraps that up. So Logan Chappell and Tyler Heckman. Chad's ball rolled out too.
$1.99 if I went to work.
Yes.
Chad cleans up his spare there. Strike here will give him $1.79.
A very un-Chad-like game.
Yes.
So I think it was really beneficial that Tyler is left-handed. All right. Chappell and Heckman with a 444, 382 victory.
Thanks again.
You got it. Thank you. Good bowling today.
Thank you.
Wake it up.
Watch it. What the heck are you doing?
My arm's asking me, what the heck did we just do?
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes our second annual Steve Brown Memorial Tournament for today. Trying to get out our final results for the doubles portion of today's event. Finishing runner-up in the scratch division. Youth bowler getting a $75 scholarship and the adult bowler getting a $75 payout. Goes to Kristen Durr and Chad Smoltz.
Kristen Durr, Chad Smolt. Second place, scratch side. Nice little extra payout. Once again, happy birthday to Kristen this week.
Okay, and our runner-up finishing team in the handicap division getting a $75 scholarship award and cash payout goes to Andrew Barron and Aaron Heckman.
Andrew Barron and Aaron Heckman, runner-up on the handicap side.
Okay, and for our champions in the doubles portion, starting with the scratch division, adult winner getting a $100 bonus payout and plaque for the championship goes to Tyler Heckman.
Tyler Heckman, champion of the scratch adult portion of the finals here.
And our scratch youth bowler getting the championship on the double side, a $100 bonus scholarship, and the first place acrylic plaque goes to Logan Chapel.
Logan Chappell.
Okay, our winners on the handicap side, the adult bowler getting a $100 bonus payout and plaque for the doubles win goes to Shane Matthews.
Shane Matthews, the adult of the winning handicap team.
And our winner on the handicap side for the youth, for the doubles,
Andy Hoffman. Getting pretty used to saying that name. Champion on the
We'll have interviews with our winners, and then don't forget to join us next Sunday. We'll be at Brooks Lake for our first adult junior of the season. We expect a sold-out crowd next week at Brooks, so make sure you tune in and join us. Thank you very much.
All right, let me set up the camera and we'll get some interviews.
Okay, winners. Mr. Clark.
Hopefully this will be the week.
We're gonna make a beat. Stand in the middle. And I need the two of you.
Thank you.
That's all right. You stand in line with Jim, like in the middle. There. There we go. And I will stand back here. Hold on, I need a camera taker. Yes. All right, congratulations, everybody. Nice bowling. I don't know who Jason was first. Take two of you that way.
Whoever sits.
Okay? Thank you. That's for your plaque. That's for your plaque.
Andy Shane, come on back. Yes, gotta put that thing on.
Andy, you're the scratch bowler today, so you can get there. I'm far from it. After that 154 game, I don't think so.
All right, so we're here with our handicap champions, Andy Hoffman, Shane Matthews. Getting used to talking to you. Back-to-back PJBT victories. You won this. You actually won this event last year, too.
Yes, with Joey.
With Joey Ocello.
Yeah.
Shane
First time.
didn't do any of those. But he got the victory today. So, did you happen to think you weren't going to win
Yes.
as the 10th frame was going on?
Yeah, definitely. Until Aaron got that, he slipped out. I thought it was done.
I mean, I'm not at a good angle to see where it looked. It looked like fine halfway down the lane, and then it just never.
He said it slipped out.
I'm
really
guessing
bad.
since it slipped, he wasn't able to hit it. And
It
just
literally,
died.
from back here, looked like the ball rolled out at about 40 feet. Like it wanted to turn and then never.
Yeah.
So, how screwy did these lanes get?
His lanes got really weird. Like earlier in the day, if you missed left, it would hold, and then these last couple games, they just flew. So I just tried to play that.
I'm left-handed, so what he said, except nowhere near as bad.
Yeah.
But I definitely was starting to see a little bit of transition.
And you tweaked your back with a couple of frames to go.
Halfway through.
You'll be putting some ice on it when you get home.
Most definitely. Heated seats on the way home are gonna kick.
Yep. Yep, I get it. So, tournament win, how many? Enough?
Yeah.
You're going to find yourself in the scratch division very shortly.
Yes, and that's what I said to Shane. Shane's like, oh, I'm the scratch bowler, but I shot a 157 after a 254 during match play, so
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, this is why I'm not in the scratch division yet.
And this is title number
1.
Really? This is your first ever title?
My best other was the Super Adult Junior last year, which is second, I think.
Wow. That's very surprising.
Yep.
Very surprising.
I thought your name sounded familiar.
PJBTs are a lot more competitive than JBTs.
Yes, they
I
are.
mean, JBTs just put out house.
Yes.
I like both. This is more challenging, lower scores.
Yes. So who do you want to thank? Besides your mom for driving you all over the place.
Well, yeah, she does. She does like to do that.
Yes.
I want to thank you as always.
Well, as always, yes.
want to thank my partner Shane here for carrying me in a couple games and being a really good partner, giving me some tips. I want to thank my pro shop, DKJ. I think Shane's familiar with that. And I want to thank my grandparents watching on YouTube for supporting me. And yeah.
All right. Shane, who would you like to thank?
Thank my parents for letting me bowl all these years. Today actually marks 10 years since my grandmom passed away, so this is for her up there. Number one feels good actually. So, and Andy for carrying the heck out of me during the 3 games of qualifying. Beat me by like 80. But yeah, it was a good day.
Yeah. All right. Guys, congratulations on your upteenth victory and your first victory.
Thank you.
Andy Hoffman, Shane Matthews, congratulations.
Thank you.
Now we'll get our scratch bowlers in here. Logan and Tyler,
Howdy, howdy.
have a seat.
Good evening.
Ooh, this chair is soft.
Yes,
Kinda.
I took the hard one.
It breaks in.
Logan,
Okay.
Tyler. Your pair also seemed a little screwy.
Oh, Lord.
Not necessarily on the left. That seemed the right side, watching you, Mary Beth, Josh, Kristen, and Chad.
Everyone else.
It seemed tough on that side. Am I correct in seeing that? or-
Yes. Oh, God.
What made it tough? Was it just like you had no room? Like, was it hooking early and then not doing anything down in the back end? Or?
I think it was just because of all the breakdown in general. There was less oil to work with. So when I was throwing the stronger ball, it was burning out, so it wouldn't move. And that kind of ruined my entire game plan because I didn't think of anything else to bowl with. So the only really option I had to go with was just launching just a weaker ball I had, and just making space.
Got it. Did you have to adjust at all?
Other than a couple boards here and there during the 2 matches, not really.
You know, I'm not one that ever says the left side is easier than the right side, but I think you got a little bit of a break in these 2 matches, and that's the way it is. It could have easily been the other way.
I'm just wishing I had that break during the back half of the initial 6.
Yes, because you were pretty close.
Because I went 248, 213, 216 the first 3, then 159, 186, 188 the back 3.
Tale of two different bowlers. So this is title number what for you?
3, I think.
Three.
3 or
You
2.
ever won adult junior PJBT or?
I had gotten second at Parkway a couple years ago with Aaron. Then we got second in the inaugural Super Adult Junior with Eliza and Parker and my dad. And my first actual win was this event back in February,
Got ya.
but I won the
Yes.
first 6 or 5, whatever it was.
Gotcha.
Now you got the other half.
Yeah.
All right. Who do you want to thank?
Jeff from Pure Bowling, my coach, he's phenomenal, honestly. Just the entire place is phenomenal. He's pretty good.
Okay. Anybody else? Maybe those 2 people
Yeah.
sitting over there for driving you all over the place?
Yeah.
How long of a drive is it for you to come here?
An hour and 50, I think.
Yeah, that takes some dedication.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Who's your pro shop?
Bowler X.
Bowler X. We see a lot of that.
I've been going there for about 5-6 years now.
Are you? Where do you bowl out of?
I'm out of Blue Valley mostly.
Okay.
At Wind Gap there.
All right. And you bowl out of?
Forestville, Maryland.
Not that I'm going to know the name of it when you say it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, taking home the scratch portion of the doubles event, Logan Chappell, Tyler Heckman, graduates. Same thing, Chappell, same thing, Chappell. You know, I ask every time I got to say your name, I ask it, is it that or that?
It's
And
with an A and there's no E at the end.
and I always guess wrong.
It's always the other one.
Yes. So I got to thank Chapel Hill.
Yeah,
Chapel Hill. Okay. Or going to the chapel.
yeah.
Okay.
It's just as if there's no two P's and two L's.
Got it. Got it. All right. Well, maybe when you're rich and famous on the bowler, you'll tweak it.
Maybe.
It'll be Chapel.
No, that's too French.
Too French, he said. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us here. I'll let you leave so I can wrap up. And I only have a short ride home. This is one of my shorter rides. It's only about 35 minutes for me from here. Yes.
That's like town and country for us.
Yes. Yes. And it's like nothing for you. York is probably your closest.
Yeah.
45 minutes. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we'll look to see you again in the winner's circle. All right. Thanks, guys.
Center. Good ball, guys.
All right, we'll bring back in Josh. Let you guys remember what he looks like.
Yeah, anyway. Hi.
So, you want to talk about next week at Berks?
It is adult junior time.
Yes.
Yeah, this was kind of an adult junior, like adult junior-ish.
Yes.
We do have a limit of 60 teams next week.
According to Stacy, we're already over halfway.
We are, yes. I do expect that we're going to get there. So I think I put out a heck of a resume today.
You did. You did. Does that mean you're looking to bowl next week? Is that what it means?
If I go bowl 10 games and I feel like this again next week, I don't know.
Yeah, next week you don't have off the next day.
This guy's ready to go to sleep. No, he does not have off next week, but still.
Got ya.
But yeah, get your entries in. Yeah, we are more than halfway. We can only take 60 teams. So PJBTBowlingSeries.com, put your entries in, and we'll see everybody next week. It's going to be a busy weekend.
Yes. And I'm going to go outside and actually take off my sweatshirt. It's cold in here.
It is. It actually warmed up quite a bit outside. So.
Yes. Yes. All right, guys, for all of us here at the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour, we will see you next week from Berks Lanes. Don't forget, if you want the discount, sign up by 11:59 tonight at www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. And we will see you next week at